Hello everyone, I want to quickly show off how you get medic and demo quick swap binds. I don't really have a name for this, so I'm just gonna call it stop and swap. Yeah, let's just roll with that. So basically in my config I have it set up where I can instantly join a class as soon, or instantly switch a med as soon as I enter a spawn room. So if I press 4, I have about 4 personally, I'm on medic, and if I press 4 again, I'm back on soldier. So let's set this up. So first you want to go to your TF folder, then you want to go to CFG. You want to search for either soldier, which I already have open, demo man, which I also already have open, and you wouldn't guess it, medic, which I also have open. So if you look in my soldier CFG, you'll see a lot of random bullshit, but here is where basically the pastime starts. So you can see that I've 4 bound to join class medic, and then a voice menu, and then something to say in team chat. So this voice menu is basically so that my soldier will go no outside of spawn, letting me know that I can't swap. And the issue with this is if you press 4 again, it stays locked on to medic. As you can see, I'm locked on to medic, but I'm still playing soldier. That's because I have suicide after choosing a player class set to disabled. So basically, if you were to choose a different class outside of spawn, you would instantly die and swap to that class if you were outside of spawn. But in spawn, that doesn't happen. So I can easily swap between these classes. So to prevent me being stuck on like soldier, I'm locked onto medic, and then 5 is bound to soldier again. So I can go back into spawn and press medic again. If you look in my medic CFG, you can see that I have 4 bound to soldier, or join class soldier. Basically, how that works is if I join soldier, or if I join a different class, it basically overwrites the previous config. Every time you join a class, it tries to load a config. So there exists a heavy config, there exists a sniper config, there exists a demo man config, there exists an engineer config, so on and so forth. To set this up, I'll set this up on demo man because that's the class. I don't have it set up yet. You can hear. So you can just copy this from me doing it. So I'll bind 4 again to join class medic. Then I'll say in team that I am joining on medic. So if we reload the demo config and then press 4, then it will spawn to medic. But as you can see, it swaps me back to soldier instead of demo. So I'll have to set a new key to demo man, which I will choose to be 5 here, and just like overwrite this. So now if I join on demo, I will be able to swap from medic to demo to medic to soldier to medic to demo to medic to soldier. There we go. So to demonstrate how to use this, I'll quickly reset the round here. So you're gonna spawn and you want to swap the medic with your bind. Usually you want one of your soldiers to heal everyone up. You don't want your demo because your demo could get easily picked off by a feeder at the start of the round. So personally on my team, I would go medic at the start to heal both my soldiers and my demo man. And now for the Resup bind. I have E bound to load item preset 1. If you go into your items tab here, or your loadout tab, you can see that there are 4 pages basically. So this is what you do. 0, okay, so 0 is loadout item preset A, 1 is B, 2 is C, and 3 is D. So let's say I want to, instead of binding this to load item preset 1 or B, I want it to D. So I will bind E to load item preset 3. And if I go back to spawn here, it should get me on beggars. I am. I would highly recommend putting this on a key that is close to your movement keys, as this bind doesn't matter if you press it outside of spawn, as you won't die or be suddenly teleported back to spawn. So just setting it back now, load item preset 1, this is my pastime loadout. And now you're good to go. So personally, what I also like doing is if a goal is scored and you're waiting for the ball to spawn next, I usually like to arrow my players who are still in the arena, or I like to buff them up when they go out. One other small tip is that the Resup bind has a small delay on it. As you can see, if I'm pressing my Resup bind as soon as I get back in spawn, and it has a little delay. Let's say you're being chased by a soldier and he shoots a rocket, let's say like into your spawn. What you can do is you can just instantly swap to soldier without it having a delay. So that's basically it. If there's any questions, I will answer them.